Welcome to today's episode of Nibblin and Noushin. I'm Merri Leach. I'm the dietitian here at Mosaic Cancer Care in St. Joseph, Missouri. Simplicity and versatility are two things that are so important when patients are going through cancer treatments. One question I'm often asked is, are smoothies healthy for me? And just like several episodes ago when I talked about the tomato being a fruit or a vegetable, and my answer is yes, that's my answer to a smoothie being healthy for you as well. If you make your smoothies with fruit juice and multiple servings of fruits, you're not going to be getting the protein that you need or even fat that you need. And those two things can help keep you more satisfied. So today we are going to make an apple pumpkin smoothie. Now, everything with pumpkin needs a little bit of spice to it. So in this recipe, we're going to use some protein, and that is our yogurt. And this is just a Greek yogurt that's vanilla flavored. And that's about a half a cup. We have a half a cup of milk. You can use whole milk. Today I happen to have 1%, but use any flavor of milk that you want. It could be even half and half, or cream. You could use oat milk, almond milk, any of those as well, depending on your preferences and allergies. Then we're going to take an apple. We're going to cut it up. We have the pumpkin, a half a cup of cooked canned pumpkin, 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla, and a 1/2 teaspoon of that pumpkin pie spice. So as we are heading into fall, we are giving you some fall flavors today. Simply take your blender, and I would recommend a stand blender. However, if you just have an immersion blender or even just the single serve blenders, those certainly work as well. So we will start by adding in our yogurt, and I might be wearing a little bit of it now even. We'll add our milk in, our pumpkin, and now we're going to do the apple. So I have a simple corer, but if you have one of the apple wedgers, that certainly would work as well. And do this on a cutting board so you don't hurt your counters. And I did wash this before, so it is nice and clean for us. And then we are just simply going to chunk this up, and we will toss it into the blender. The spices that we add, the pumpkin pie spice, is also going to go great with that apple. And this, I believe, is a gala apple. But again, come fall, there's so many different kinds of apples that you can get at local orchards or even at your store. So we will just put our apple in there. Now we'll add our vanilla and our pumpkin pie spice. Now, if you don't like everything that's in the pumpkin pie spice, you could use cinnamon, you could use ginger. You really could use any spices that you want. All right, now I'm gonna make a little noise here, so please forgive me. All right, I'm gonna just stir this around a little bit, get some of those ingredients back down there, and we'll give it another quick blend. Another great thing about smoothies, if you want to add other vegetables, you absolutely can do that. For example, kale blends really well. So does spinach. You could even try arugula, and that might give it a little bit of a peppery flavor to it. Now, I don't know if you can tell as I take my spatula, that's a little thin. So you could absolutely take some ice cubes and throw in here as well. You could also, one of my favorites is just to take a package of dry pudding mix and put approximately a tablespoon in there, and that pudding will help thicken that up just a bit. With the pudding, you're not going to dilute the nutrients quite as much as if you did the ice. So I'm just gonna guesstimate on this one, that's about a tablespoon, and we'll put that in there. Now, that's a cheesecake flavored pudding. Pumpkin cheesecake. That sounds pretty tasty. All right, so we now have this all blended up. Almost smells a little bit like pumpkin pie. There are a lot of other things that you can do to add nutrition to your smoothies. For example, you can do protein powders. I have a peanut butter powder. It's a dry peanut butter, but it is a great source of protein. So if I was doing banana and chocolate, I could put some of this peanut butter powder in, and that would be very tasty. You can get so creative with smoothies, but I would always encourage you to have some protein in there as well as some fat. We hope that you have enjoyed today's episode of Nibblin and Noushin, and until we meet again, eat well.